Hi Collective, thank you for joining me. Please only take it resonates and leave what doesn't. I'll be looking at your overall energies and what's surrounding you. Please use your own discretion in this reading. Do not force what does not fit. Thank you. Okay. Guys, tell me about this constructive dismissal to come against the collective. I couldn't use it for legitimate reason. It's not about making money from you. Or someone they didn't want you to move on, okay? But you started holding back. You holding back, you held back, okay? Something to do something in your past. You're just trying to move on from that. The person wants to hold you back. Hold on to you for money reasons. Yeah, so they lied. Made up lies. But you're still spending money on this, you're still doing that. Yeah, someone was sneaky here. Yeah. With them building in the background and you sitting forward, it could be something in regards to, I don't know, where you live, something you've done, or what you used to spend your money on. Okay. Whether it's drinking or whatever, okay. Someone was saying that you're still doing that. This, they use trickery, lies, betrayal. They try to protect themselves whilst lying. And this individual I'm picking up may have paid or used people around them, or sent people around you let's just say you'd stop drinking, they'd send people around you, okay? Or they'd send people to try to friend you up that were drinkers, let's just say. I'm not saying you're a raging alcoholic, but could have been just something that you went through doing at one stage in your life and you've moved on from it, but someone tried to keep up these lies that saying that you were lying, but actually they were lying. The Seven of Swords. Yeah. Betrayal, this is betrayal. You become self-aware. You had a victory that was achieved. So someone was holding on. Someone was using something that maybe, you know, something you done years ago. Okay? Something you gave up. Yeah, they may have said that you were sleeping around still. Wow. Yeah, someone was saying you were sleeping around. Mm-mm-mm. Someone was saying each adventure you was taking, you was sleeping with someone. Wow. Yeah, I think they wanted to hold you back from someone, okay? But they used something you used to do, okay? But they definitely, yeah, they've been involved in drink, something like that, okay? That you usually turn into people from your past and drinking with them. Or they didn't want this person from the past returning because they were trying to put them off coming towards you. Oh no, they're still doing this, they're still doing that. Trying to lie in and saying, oh, they're sleeping with someone people in there with the Ace of Wands. This person's a lie. You walked away from this type of lifestyle, or not even, you're not someone that don't sleep with other people's partners, but someone used things like that against you, okay? They just made up lies. I mean, you could have been around friends that drank, or you may have, you know, gone and celebrated with friends, but yeah, you started holding back. You embarked on a new journey. So someone thought, all right, let me start casting some illusions about that person. Yeah, they tried to hold you back from moving forward. It was jealousy. Nothing more, nothing less. Someone there was lying. You try and use constructive dismissal to come against you. The Fool. In the tarot, you started again. It's like you may have left things behind, okay? To start anew fresh, maybe just pack lightly, okay? Because you only got a little bag there on your shoulder. Maybe it's like, you know what, I'm leaving it behind. I mean, yeah, look, you've only got your little rucksack there, and well, it could be a bag, rucksack, whatever. But you travelled lightly, and you were happy. You took a leap of faith, went in a new direction. Look, the summer's out, and someone started lying about you. Oh, this person sleeps with third parties, or this person sleeps with someone's husband or wife. Like liar. This person's still drinking. You'd walked away from drinking, or you went on your own journey. But someone was just jealous. They were jealous that your life was upgrading, let's put it that way. So they had to use old stuff. What a loser. But yeah. Look, there's a cup in the hands. This person here, they were so sneaky. That I'm seeing that they even pay people behind the scenes. Like, it could have been someone that had a drink, or if you gave up drinking. So what they'll do is send someone that is a drinker to try to friend you up. Do you understand? And you saw through that. You're like, yeah, I know what's going on. I'm aware. Like, if you've moved somewhere new, that if you go in a new direction, you're happy, then you go in that direction, and then someone will cross your path. Oh, hi, I live at blah, 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 or I live over there. If you need anything, and you may smell alcohol from that person, and he was like, no, I'm good, thanks. And then they may have even have paid that person that was the drinker to say that you was drinking with him if you had gone to the person's home, let's just say, yeah? Because someone here was trying to hold you back. Or they're trying to get you back to your old ways. Someone was making up a lot of lies about you. Oh, you hadn't changed from your past, people from your past still return, or someone from your past wants to return, because someone knows that another's lying. Your life wouldn't have upgraded if you're still living how you was in the past. Yeah, 0 in the tarot. That's the full, saying you're full, but that's starting again, like afresh, starting. Yeah, I'm telling you, 4 of Cups, I'll tell you, they were trying to send people towards you, past illusions, and you was over it, like you were closed off, like you saw exactly what was going on. You're like, they tried to take me for a fool. Look, the illusion. You know, these could have been all different types of people that cross your path. Could have been one neighbour at one property, moved to another property, it could have been another neighbour. Like, look at all the cups. Like, boy. Yeah, someone was just envious and you wish fulfillment. Wishes granted. Again, you know, your life wouldn't have upgraded, or you wouldn't be having if you still how you was living in the past around certain people. I mean, we all go through cycles of change in life. Some want to stay in the cycle, some want to move off that cycle and want better in their life. But yeah, let's just say that you know you wasn't emotionally fulfilling. You left behind things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling. So let's say you were someone that stopped drinking, and all the other friends or people you knew were drinkers. Well, you're not. You know, I said this on my other channel the other day. You're not going to sit around, you know, people that are drunk and you're there cold stone sober. you just wanted better for your life, simple as that. But there was a lot of illusions, either by people or by a person. The Magician, yeah, this is how you're able to manifest. This is how you're able to manifest a new life for yourself. But this magician was someone that was, a magician, someone like a trickster. But these people were saying, this person that was lying on you were the trickster. But then they were saying that you were the trickster, that you were lying, that you were still doing this and doing that. And this is why on your journey, you had people that tried to approach you, coming in your energy, like in their energy like it's yours. Like, you're not stupid. You saw through that. Yeah, I think it was to prevent you maybe from getting in some type of relationship, or someone didn't want you getting with someone, okay? So they may have lied to a particular person about you. I mean, someone here may have thought like you were a fool, like you didn't know what energies were doing around you. You weren't born yesterday. You had a journey. So yeah, someone was trying to hold you back because they didn't want you moving on. I mean, you held back. Yeah, look. Wear a mask. They were trying to say you were wearing a mask. This could have been a water sign, or they lied to another water sign. It could have been Cancer was wearing a mask, or she was lying to someone else. Oh, no, 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 no. They were drinking around mine, or me and them had a drink, or something like that. Yeah, hidden enemies. Truth coming to the surface. The moon casting illusions. Yeah, the moon is associated with emotions and cycles. Symbolises hidden truths, intuition, and the need to face fears. So you use your intuition in regards to someone here. You may put an end to a relationship or some friendship type of thing. Scorpio, end of a relationship. So you could be a Scorpio and you put an end to a relationship. You embarked on a new journey of self-enlightenment. You could be any sign. You could be a Gemini, leaving Aquarius, but we have Seven of Swords, someone lying, trying to protect themselves. So you could be a Gemini, leaving Aquarius, that they've done this to, or it could have been another Gemini, leaving Aquarius, that done it to you. Yeah, some from these people from the past, they really didn't want to you to do better or move on. They really want to try to keep you stuck in the past, and they're sort of calculated manoeuvring around you. You could be manifesting things in your life now. Yeah, you ended a relationship with your masculine or feminine. Or you could have gone through some type of transformation. Some of you, there could have been a Scorpio around you in your family that passed away with a death card. And then after that, you ended relationships with maybe another family member that used to be a drinker. Or maybe they were trying to get you around theirs. And you were like, no, I'm good. I'll meet you for a cup of tea though. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so there could have been a couple of people who wearing masks around you. Whether it was a relation, someone that was a relation, or someone you had a relationship with. But there were definitely two people here wearing masks and cast illusions. So someone may have tried to hold on to you by, I don't know, reaching out, giving you money, trying to use emotions to manipulate. Because they want to keep you stuck to them. Or they wanted you in that illusion of what they were telling people. Yeah, they were lying. Someone who was lying. You ended that relationship, you're like, nah. For some of you, again, you could be a Scorpio, you ended a relationship. Someone here could have been another water sign that was trying to reach out to you and you was closed off. You embarked on a new journey of enlightenment and self-discovery. These energies were, yeah, casting illusions. There's definitely a water sign that was trying to hide their self. Like in a sense of making it that weren't them involved. But then someone with that moon card, it's like they started feeling uneasy, like, oh shit, the truth's coming to the surface. Yeah. They knew sooner or later, like, yeah. I mean, they started feeling uneasy about the truth coming to the surface. Yeah, because they fell off. Confirmation. You put an ending. That Page of Cups. Trying to offer you a fishy offering. And that's why the hand was behind the back, because it was hiding something. And look at the water, emotions. Hey, long time friends, come over, what you doing? Yeah, come shopping and all that, blah, 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 and all that BS. Yeah? Yeah, we're hiding something. And someone else. I mean, a group of people could be like a family. Someone that was from your family that was working with a water sign. Yeah, you ended that relationship. You're like, yeah, no, yeah. Okay. You two stay over there, yeah? Birds of a feather flock together. I'm going this way. And that's why you stop communication. Deleted numbers. Like that. Got no reason to contact you again. You're just liars. The longer I stay around you, the longer you're going to be keeping up these lies. Yeah, oh, seven of swords, seven of wands. You block them. Yeah, you block, deleted, stood your high ground. Yeah, you block people. You block these two. The other people they tried to send around you. You may have gone to someone's friend with them and they may have even poured out drinks and they were like, oh, do you want a drink? You was like, no, no, I don't drink, thanks. No, no, I'll have a cup of tea though. Yeah? Or coffee. No. Yeah, you may have gone round someone's and they could have been playing music there. You can still have a cup of tea or coffee, listen to music, but maybe they thought, yeah, if you play the music loud, like, yeah, in a property, yeah, it's gonna look like we're all partying up there. Yeah, someone tried to, yeah, they tried to use a methodical maneuver, okay? They couldn't use a legitimate reason. So look at this earth sign. Look, they reached out, gave you some money. They were working with this water sign. And they were like, yeah, I see both of you. So one could have been a relation, yeah, sister, brother, cousin, aunt. The other could have been like this so-called friends, yeah. And you were like, you're both Decepticons. Let me just cut you both off, yeah. You're both liars. Leave you two behind along with the rest. Yeah, you blocked you like that. Look at you, you're happy now, your wishes are granted. They didn't want other people pouring into you. They may have lied and said that something about a third party, or you like their man, or you something with their man, and you may have mentioned that. I said, no, that's a lie. I mean, this could have been going back from your childhood, you know, like people from your past returning from, you know, your childhood, teenagers, whatever. Okay? So they casted some illusion. Yeah, you may have spoke of some party, I don't know, years ago when you went to a party and, you know, and ever since then, I don't know, you could have been just, because you saw this person as a friend and you were like, well, I'm not hiding anything, you're friends, I'm going to be truthful. It was something maybe that someone come round, or you went out to a party, or you went out somewhere, and I don't know if her man was involved or it was a set up type of thing, or he was like, oh, she's asleep, can I come round? And he was like, yeah, we're all friends. And then the next thing she's called you up, oh, was so-and-so there? And you're like, yeah. There could have been someone she's in a relationship with in the past, and they've been holding on to that ever since. Or she went and told the other friends, okay? Another friend that was a fire sign. Using things from the past, dragging up things from the past. They're like, you know what, I'm done, see you later. You know, maybe he was naive when he was younger, do you understand? But you would like, you just kept it real with these friends, like, you know, you like when you have family or certain friends, you love them hard, like in a sense of, do you understand what I mean? It's like your group, do you understand? Your friend group, okay? But someone else here may have had some insecurities, or they were dealing with some problem, okay? And they just thought, and maybe this person never come and said nothing to you, But they were talking behind your back for many, many years about that, being sneaky. And you know, over the years you've got to know the truth, and you've just ended these relationships. Or someone could be sick now. Maybe they're suffering with migraines, something to do with their stomach. Or let's just say, like, if you like to get your rest, they would try to say, oh, that person's oversleeping because like, you're like, what? Maybe this is why you moved away from, you know, maybe drinking in the past, because you didn't like the feeling of how you felt in the morning. Do you understand? You know, sometimes when you have too much drinking, and it takes you about 2 or 3 days to recover, and you're like, oh, no, no, no. You may have been a late starter of drinking, I don't know. You could have been someone that didn't really drink prior to that, and it was really, I don't know if you've done it to fit in, or you could have been just a quiet person, or anyway. Yeah. King of Wands, Sagittarius, someone's reality shattered, or someone tried to shatter your reality, or someone tried to prevent a Sagittarius. Well, no, you know, they're an alcoholic, they're this, they're that. I mean, maybe you stopped a few years ago, it could have been 3, 4 years ago. Or there could have been a death in your family. You know, sometimes when people stop, they may relapse when there's a death, because that affects your emotions. And then after that, you're like, no, I'm done. You know, there's many reasons why people do things in life. You know, it could be things, traumas that you've been through as a child. It could be many things, and sometimes you don't want to remember that. So, you know, you're sad, and you're like, all right, let me have a drink, and you know, you put on music, then you feel happier. Do you understand? But then the alcohol could have got some of you in trouble. You know, or when you used to drink, you'd get angry because all the things from the past would surface up, and it'd come out through alcohol, and you're like, no, I'm done. I'm done. Let me just head this. Let me deal with this head on. King of Cups. Yeah, someone tried to prevent you from getting with the King of Cups, or someone. Or there was a King of Cups in your past that may have said, get yourself a drink. The Pisces, and you were like, you started picking up. You started noticing things with people and their little comments, like, okay, so why have you said that? Could have said anything. Like, I hope you have a good day. Why have you said go and get yourself a drink? Yeah, look, there's a cup in the hand. Yeah, you're on top of the wheel. Well, you're receiving good karma. You wouldn't be receiving good karma if you're still living in the same cycle in the past. Do you understand? So someone could be saying, well, they've upgraded in life. They wouldn't be upgraded if they were still doing A, B, and C in the past. Yeah? And this is why people wanted to hold you back. They didn't want you upgrading. They didn't want you gaining self-enlightenment. Started to love yourself. They didn't want you loving yourself. They wanted you holding on to them. They wanted you needing them. I don't, none of you. Yeah, it took a lot of strength to you to leave that was a cycle you closed out. I'm not saying yours, I don't know. Some of you could have been a Leo, all right? Others of you could have had Leo in your placement. You could be a Leo, and you could be a divine feminine. Could be two of you. Maybe you're a Leo and you like someone's strength, another divine feminine. These are cycles that, you've closed out. This divine feminine, people from her past have tried to get her back down. I wouldn't call it, memory lane, yeah? She's like, no, there weren't no good memories there, mate. It was just the cycles that really I don't want to go back on. Yeah, you definitely there's more to life than this. I'm not being stuck on this cycle forever. No, there's more to life. There's more out there than this. There's got to be, yeah. And yeah, some of you just, yeah, you may not have. I mean, look, you don't see someone with like a van and a truck, and I mean, yeah, you may have left behind some old stuff and got rid of some old stuff, or maybe you had to buy new stuff. Okay, we started afresh, started from the beginning. Yeah, it was a cycle you weren't about to jump back on. He was like, nah. And this is why you've had people around you, divine feminine, divine masculine, trying to drag you back down memory lane. Come over, we'll party, yeah. Oh, I've got this, I've got that. There could have been someone that even tried to, look. Oh, these people, let me tell you, yeah? Yeah, come over, we'll party, yeah. I've got alcohol, I've got pills, I've got this, I've got that. You're like, no, I'm good, thanks. I don't know, you could have been a raver back in the day. And you're like, no, I've moved on from them days. Hi. You're like, yeah, obviously, when you're young, you have fun, didn't you? But can't be doing that all your life. Your heart will give way. Four swords. Yeah, he just started resting, praying, meditating. I mean, look at this Sagittarius. They look really mad. I don't know who this Sagittarius, whether it's someone in an area that you lived or someone else that was part of your family. I don't know. Maybe then, I don't know, you could have been going. Again, people are too quick to judge others without knowing the facts. Do you understand? Okay. No one ain't perfect, all right? But, to wake up and say, you know what, I smell the coffee. You won't. There's a lot of backstabbing and there could have been someone here that they realised like all they cared about was money. This is why this masculine and a feminine or whoever it was, someone's following you here, there and everywhere, and going back and lying and watching and stalking and peeping. You're like, okay, now I know why they're watching, because they're trying to, look, this is someone, all they care about is money, or someone around them like now knows, all you care about is money. You're just a gold digger. This is why you're following and sneaking and peeping and watching, because you're trying to get that person back to how they was in the past. This person, all they cared about was money. And they were wishing and praying that you know, there could have been guys from, look, these look like blocks of flats in the background, yeah? So it could have been people from their area that, you know, you move from one area, all right, to a new area where maybe there were houses, okay? Because look, we've got blocks in the background and we've got houses there. So these could have been different places you moved to. And this one kept following you everywhere you was going. Or they sent people, or you went to one address and then they'll go back to the estate where you used to live and they'll say, yeah, so-and-so's moved to your address, number blah, blah, blah. Then someone will drive past you and, hey, how you doing? Yeah? And then, hey, take my number. And you'll be like, no, I'm good. What, don't you blah, blah anymore? And you're like, no. Like, I don't know, smoke weed, whatever it is, smoke crack. I don't know what it was you've done it in your past, yeah? Take my number. And you're like, I don't want your number. Yeah? And it's like everywhere you went, you had this gold digger, King of Pentacles, there following you. Yeah? That's stalking us. Look, the gold digger's still around you. Confirmation. You're like, yeah, Miss Gold Digger, I know you're around. Yeah, I can feel your energy. Yeah. Maybe it's the two upstairs that are having sex and then they're trying to make out like it's you. That's what I think. I think it's them two upstairs. And I think they're recording it and then going back and saying, look, I told you she ain't changed. Stop lying, gold digger. Yeah? Look, there could be two of them. Look, two of them. Saying, oh yeah, she had a threesome, or we all had sex with her, or something like this, or they're still lying. There. Yeah? Sneaky ass. Look at them sneaking around. You're like, yeah, you can't sneak around. I know. Yeah? I know what you're doing, Mr. Gold Digger. So this gold digger, he's over there, yeah, in one property that you're at, having sex with someone and maybe going back and saying, yeah, look, I told you it's them. Yeah? And you're like, what do you mean? Yeah. You know what this King of Pentacles doing? Yeah? With his yeah, car. Hey. You're like, listen, don't be having sex above me and make out like it's me. Yeah? Look at them, all celebrating. Don't tell me this person's lying and saying that you had a threesome or you're drinking with them. Trying to get away with this. Bunch of liars. Look, like passion, new adventure. I'm telling you. Yeah, now we know. Okay. Look, two women together. Well, they try a relationship with the same sex. Are they having a laugh? Ew. Look, they're trying to say that, look, yeah, there was three of us. Look, three, yeah? Yeah, the man, that's the two women. Piss right off. Ugh. Look, Knight of Wands rushing in and rushing out. So they're lying. Ace of Swords, mental breakthrough. You've got clarity. New beginnings fueled by sharp intellect, decisive action. So there's people around you right now, Divine Feminine, they're still trying it. So they're trying to hold back a relationship. They're lying that you're still in third parties or you're sleeping with someone. A lot of you ain't slept with anyone for God knows how long, all right? And you haven't had a drink for ages or you haven't done anything for a long time. You're holding back, yeah? Look, now, look, group conflicts. It's a group of them all working together behind the scenes. And so we've got one next door here as well. That one's got another one next door here. I went to open the door yesterday, I told you this, and then the person didn't open the door. So then I put the door on the latch here, and then they left it for a while. They tried to this one next door opened the door, but I'd already had the door on the latch. So I swung it open quick, and I saw them. He had a hood on his face, yeah, a tracksuit with a black coat on. I was like, yeah, look, the group. Look at them. Ambitious manoeuvring. I'm telling you, you see through it, Divine Feminine. They're trying to cause confusion, but they're chaotic. Yeah, these people. There could be disagreements in the group, different opinions, but they're using ambitious manoeuvring. You already know what's going on. Right? There's nothing ambitious that they're doing around you. These manoeuvring tactics that they're doing. You know what? You may end up calling the police. Now you know the truth. You may end up calling the police on these people. Like, I'm getting followed. I'm getting stalked. There could have been someone, I don't know, someone's a police officer or someone got with a police officer. It could have been same sex and maybe someone wants to move away from that person, but maybe that so-called undercover police officer that they're with or something to do with that for some of you, okay? They've got too much on them or something, or they can't get out of the relationship. Someone could be crying because they know that they were betrayed. It was a group. Okay? This group. Ambitious manoeuvring. Yeah? But there's nothing ambitious about their manoeuvres because you see through it. Okay? And they're liars. Divine masculine. Alright? These people have lied to you. They're doing ambitious manoeuvring round divine feminine. Okay? Trying to make up things. Saying she's still doing this, still doing that. To try to stop you from coming together. Okay? Something here about them working with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So that could have been someone else where you just moved to divine feminine, and that person could have stunk of alcohol, okay, because they were drinking. And they were like, yeah, come over, I live at number blah, blah, blah. And you're like, nah, I'll see what's going on. Look at them, they're lovers. They're both snakes. Do you know what I'd do? I'd call the police. I'd call the police. In fact, after this this live, I'm going to call the police. Six of Swords, you keep moving to calmer waters, these people keep following you, okay? That Knight of Swords, someone could be angry, okay? Or someone knows some truth. Rapid action, this is you taking rapid action. Look at them travelling. They think you can't see. You can see. They want you stuck at a crossroads. You ain't stuck at no crossroads. They could be working with a Gemini, Libra or an Aquarius, another one in their group. But it's a group of them. I would call the police. Okay? You're protected, okay? You've got protection around you, but yeah, this is stalking and it's lies. If this is for some of you, this is still going on around you, I'd call the police. Because you could sue these people for defamation of character. Like if they're trying to say that you're something that you're not now, or you've moved on from, you know, a cycle in your life, and they're still lying and betraying you and still backstabbing you, defaming your character, they can get in trouble for that. Okay, there's a red flag, something's a red flag. Because the sun represents exposing them. So we've got a couple here that are the lovers, and they're the two that I've been hearing upstairs at it. Okay? Trying to cause you loss, put you through grief and betrayal. Two lovers. I'm telling you, people, they're the two. I told you about this, you know, you just don't forget a voice. I don't forget a voice, okay? All right? I don't know. I've seen this one next door running down the landing, walking really quick, but with a hoodie on his face. And when he heard me unlock the door, he went back. Then I put the door on the latch and he tried to come out of the room quick time. He marched down that hallway. I put it on my shorts yesterday. Yeah? Look, people in the community, next door neighbours. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. If you think by this, me living in this block, and you think, well, you know, there ain't no cameras on the hallway, let's sneak up and down the stairway, yeah? I already know what you two are up to up there. And the one next door to me on my left. Look, in the community. This could be a new community you've moved to. I am. I'm going to call the police straight after this live. They think I'm playing around. I'm not playing with these people. Okay. Look, now they're worried. I mean, it could be up to 9 people that's in the group that's crying or worried or stressed. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to do it while you're here, because I've had enough of these people. They think I'm playing.